video, so I'm glad you're here and hopefully you'll stay to the end. So today we will be doing the 2019 bullet journal setup, and new year, new start, so get excited. So here I have my Scribbles That Matter iconic version. I really like this version because it was covered in doodles and that just fully represents my personality. I did mention that I am using my previous book, so you can tell that she might be a little bit rough around the edges, around the sides. She has little few stains from carrying her around everywhere, but overall she's just a great book and I love the material and everything about it. Here I have my Hello 2019 page. As you can see, I've sectioned off the rest of my book and I will be starting fresh on this new page. And I really wanted to do a Hello 2019 to welcome off the new year, because a new year is a new start. So what better way than just to say hello to 2019. Here I'm starting my rough pencil sketch, and I use that as like a bit of a guideline to help me make sure I don't make any major mistakes when I go back in with the pen. Here I have my cute little bear pencil to help me with all my beautiful little outlines. I went back and I started filling in the numbers with a black Tombow dual brush pen, and it was just the best way to make the 2019 really stand out. I would start by outlining first the number in black and then filling it in, and then later I went to also outline the hello. From here I started outlining all of my doodles in a black fineliner just to really make them stand out before going in and adding some highlights in silver and gold to the 2019 just to add a little bit more of a bold pop. I also filled in gold and silver as well as some black into the flowers and doodles around the 2019 just to make it look really finished and complete. And overall I just really love how the doodle cover page ended up. It looks very minimalistic while providing a very nice clean feel for how I want 2019 to be. Next I have my beginning quote page, and I decided to do the quote, so the adventure begins. I think it very symbolizes for what I want 2019 to be in terms of my year. I added accents in gold and silver again, as well as adding just a little touch of this Midliner Red that I found at Michael's, and it added a very nice colorful feel while still being more on the minimalistic side, which is the look that I was going for when creating my 2019 setup. On the right side I have my ear glands, and let's just say this took a while to create. Writing down all the months and all the days of the year definitely was a tedious little process, but in the end it looked really nice and clean. I added a bold highlight in silver and wrote my abbreviated months on the top, and then went back and filled in all my months, my days of the week, so I would get a better picture of what day a specific day would fall on. I added a little gold accent leaf on the side, which you can see here, and I added to it later when I was finishing writing in all my months and days. I love to add little accent pieces over my borders just to really signify my personality through my book. It definitely is a testament of who I am, always a little bit extra on top of everything, and I really love how the gold leaves looked around the months of the year. Once I was finished adding all my little gold leaves, I just added a few more gold dots with a gold Sharpie just to finish off the border, and I moved on to my next section, which is my future log. Here I decided to do a vertical log with 4 months per 2 pages, and I just very simply wrote the months of the year over at the top, and then added black to write the days with a silver pen on top. I did not have a white pen, but I will have one soon, so look forward to that. So I just quickly rewrote all my days, and I actually had made a little mistake with September, but I actually had a little extra piece of a journal from a previous Dutch store spread, so keep in mind to save all your bullet journal scraps because they will come in handy to fix your mistakes in the future. So I quickly just finished writing out my future log and did a little gold border to separate the rest of my days. Next I have my 2019 goals page, and the goal of this year, more than anything, is to have a year full of productivity. So I wrote the word giantly across the middle of 2 pages so I could have it there to remind me every time I glance past my goals. And as you can see, I made a tiny mistake because apparently there's not an I where the U is. But we will just work past it. I outlined it in gold just to make it stand out and just to make it a beautiful letter that I would definitely pay attention to, because like I said, this is going to be a year of productivity for me. Next, I wrote gold and outlined 2019 in the middle, and I outlined 8 different goals, which include from personal to school to art, college. I will be applying to college this next year, so definitely have to put some goals about that in there. I did just surrounding boxes surrounding the sides of productivity so I can be reminded that each of my goals should be set towards being productive and things that will truly benefit myself. I added some pink highlights, which just to add a little pop of color in my book. Next, I have my grid spacing page, and I really just like to have this page for months reference more than anything, and I just very quickly finished it up. On the right side, I did the things that I want to do page, and I decided to write it in the center, surrounded by gold, silver, and black circles surrounding it. I just separated into 4 different sections: movie, TV shows, musics, and books, just so I can jot down at future reference. One of my final spreads is my year in pictures, so I don't have a Polaroid, but I do have a photo printer, so I just sectioned off my 2 pages into little sections where I can print out mini pictures to add to my year, and I just did unforgettable memories on the last page just to have a centerpiece. And the last thing I did was a final quote, and it is, "Thinking will not overcome fear, but action will." And this quote really struck to me because we overthink stuff so much, but we never take the action to really push forward. And I think sometimes it's good to do what you're afraid of. Like, for example, I was terrified of doing this YouTube channel, but here I am finishing off the new year. So finally, I have my 2019 flip through, and this is how it ended up. I really love how the gold and silver work together with the black to create this very beautiful and unique setup. I find it very true to my personality, and everything about it, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out, and I hope that all of you like the way that it turned out as well. So this is just my final flip through, and that is the last page, and there we go, our 2019 setup and done. I just want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you liked the video, and hopefully you stuck around to the end to see it. I really hope you guys all liked all my designs, and there will probably be bloopers at some point because I'm a mess. I'm a high schooler. So hope you stuck around to the end of the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!